Hi guys, this is Namcraft and welcome to the Sister Starcraft English commentary. Gonna be continuing with the Laddernet series, random players looking out on Laddernet ladders. And this time around, we're not gonna be having Flash. It's gonna be two ASL contestants, Motive, a Protoss player, and Speed, a Terran player. Both of these players are gonna be appearing in round of 24. Maybe Motive is gonna be playing already by the time you watch this video. So if you are seeing this video, please go ahead and check out Motive's game. He's in Group C. And Speed is in Group D, so that's gonna be next week. Anyways, this game is gonna be epic. I have not watched this game, but I know it's gonna be epic. So grab a seat, buckle up, refrain from smoking or eating, and as usual, please remember to tell your girlfriend and wives to go away. Do not disturb. This map is going to be Citadel of Adun, a very, very nice name for Protoss victory, but I cannot guarantee that Speed is gonna lose here because, of course, Motive is, you know what, he's tier 4 in his group, and so is Speed. Both of these players are kind of not really the kind of caliber to actually win the ASL. They can actually get in round of 16 if they try, but it's gonna be tough. But Citadel Vadun is gonna be the map. No, I'm just kidding. The map's name is actually Citadel. Do not mistake it for Citadel Vadun because there's no such map. You only hear this map on Namcraft channel. This is gonna be Citadel, and the map stats, let me just quickly check for what do we have here for Protoss versus Terran, right? So we're gonna be looking at Terran players. I'm just gonna be quickly putting up the map stats for you. Just really quickly here. Here's the map stats. So for Terran player against Protoss on Citadel, they enjoy a 55.8% win rate. So this is one of the older maps that was very good for Terran because, you know, you can have these kind of ridges here. A Terran can kind of push, and the distance actually to push is rather close. There's a lot of these natural barricades that will be very hard, I think, for Protoss to kind of abuse. I mean, you can kind of fly in and out with shuttle, but Terran has gotten so good with scanning that, you know, has just been a very nice place to get free points, I think, for Terran players. Anyways, looks like Motive is going to be located at the bottom left. Protoss player, he's going to be going for top Nexus. His enemy is going to be located at the top right of the screen, Speed, and he's going to be going for very standard single barrack, single factory, one SV on gas, and he's going to be getting ready to expand. He's scouted in the wrong direction, and he's going to be going for cross map scouting. This is really unfortunate, and that's going to allow his opponent Motive to come out here and take a quick expansion without any kind of pressure whatsoever. By the way, are you in the United States? How are you feeling with the upcoming Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump battle? Who are you supporting? Who do you think is going to be winning the elections? Please let me know because your insight is very important to me because I make a lot of crypto investments, and the you know, the results of the American presidential election really much kind of affect my investment. So that is something I want to kind of hear more about from you guys. Anyways, 3 Marines going to be on the high ground here. Yeah, of course, look at this, man. SV from Speed arrives, and he's going to be in a complete shock to see that everything is going as usual. We do have a Zealot coming out, but this Zealot, you know, is going to be followed immediately with a Dragoon here. Zealot start to attack the SV already, and the SV almost took 4 hits. It's gonna die now because the probe is gonna start to chase it. We do have this first vulture of the game coming up, but with the Dragoon is already about halfway. Then we're gonna be having a Robo coming down. Behind this looks like Speed has expanded. He's gonna be going for an add-on and just more standard stuff. He now will put all of the SV on gas. The vulture is gonna arrive now. The SV is almost dead. The SV dies now. The vulture arrives, and the probes are gonna be running for their lives. How many probes will die? 1 down. It looks like 2 probes would die, so that was a good engagement for Speed, and I think that Motive, which is a little bit too cocky there, he knew that there was a risk of vultures coming, coming through and losing us. 2 probes to that is very devastating. He needs to actually have his Zealot in the front to kind of body block a little bit, or maybe go for an additional pylon or something like that. But now the game is gonna stabilize. It looks like Speed is gonna try to come out a bit. He's gonna kill the scouting probe, and he backs up after 4 minutes and around 40 seconds. Speed is got 33 supply, and Motive has got around 34, so very standard supply difference between these two players. We have a Dragoon on the low ground here. Motive's gonna be super careful. The Vulture is still out there looking for some kind of openings. We're gonna be having either Ops or Robotic support bay here. It is going to be, we are not seeing just yet what happens. We are gonna be having the typical light S, early game push. This is what I like to term the light push. Light as in the player, not that it doesn't have any weight. The light push is when the Terran player go for a nice kind of a push at around 5 minutes, 6 minutes with 1 tank, 3 or 4 marines, and 2 vultures. Sometimes we do have a second time, but anyways, this push is not designed to break the Protoss player. It's designed to kind of test the water, and looks like Speed is gonna have a hard time here. We have a Zealot coming from the back, and the Dragoons are dying fast, so we do have a Zealot doing it for a Mine Drag. Needs to actually drive the mine into the Marine. That was a nice push. The probes are gonna be coming out. The Dragoons are kind of micro poorly there from Speed. From Motive is gonna have to go all the way back, and now the probe will have to run away. The probes are doing very good body block. We're gonna be having a second vulture come out. There is nothing to latch these probes onto. If there was like a mineral patch out there, then actually Motive could actually see it, but he doesn't have. This tank will surely die. The Dragoon needs to take 1 hit. Dragoon is not attacking, but now, oh my god, the tank takes out the last of the Dragoon. There's gonna be another vulture follow up, but there are no more mines. So this single Dragoon is gonna be able to attack it. There's an observer now, and I think Dragoon range is already done. So yeah, there's gonna be no more damages done by Speed. That was a crazy attack, and Motive defended it not so well, I believe. He could have really worked a little bit better in that situation, but it's gonna stabilize the game now. Let's take a look at things going on in these guys' bases. We do have a second gateway coming down and a shuttle. We do have robotic support bay. The shadow is almost about done here. He's gonna get ready to take an expansion behind this. What does Speed have? He is going to be going for +1 weapons upgrade, very fast upgrades, a couple of tanks, and just more forces in general. He kind of needs to be a little bit careful because his enemy is gonna be going for Shadow and Reaver. But before that, looks like Motive is gonna take an expansion. He wanna make sure that he's got, the very good economics going into the mid-game situation here. Alright, looks like some vultures gonna try to have a run by. A single vulture get in. He's gonna be laying a mine here. 2 Dragoons gonna pop out though, so that's gonna be very good. This other Dragoon's gonna have to try to do something very good, building placement here to make sure that this vulture cannot do that much damage. And I think in the last minute, minimum damage there done a little bit by Speed. We're at the 7 minute and 20 second of the game. Speed in red is 64 supply, and Motive is around 65. So I think very good situation for Speed so far. But now we do have the third base comes down, and Motive's economics is gonna kick in. He's gonna explode out with a lot of psi. But before that, we're gonna be seeing the Reavers, and Speed need to kind of prepare for that. And he's gonna be putting up some turrets, double factories, and he's gonna be for Goliath boosters. That's very good. The Shadow with Speed upgrade is also underway, so we're gonna be having a lot of vultures coming out. And yeah, on Citadel, these kind of riches becomes very important. This is why you were seeing Motive kind of position troops along the way. You want to make sure that he can trap any kind of vulture run by. We do have a light push once again with 3 tanks, a couple of marines, and some vultures gonna try to trap these Dragoons and make them out of position. We do have a couple of Dragoons coming out now. We need to have the support of the I think of the Shadow and Reaver. Like now, we do have some crazy mine drag. Maybe it looks like there was a mine drag, but not a crazy mine drag, just a very normal mine drag. We do have some tanks sieging, and this base, even though it's been established, it's gonna be very hard to hold here. Can Speed actually take out, and we do have the Shadow flying in. The Shadow's got a single Reaver, is gonna be waiting for some angle. Why is there some probes mixed in with the group? He's gonna pick up a single Dragoon, and unseating one of the tank is a good idea. We do have a mine drag. Maybe he's gonna try to look for some kind of opening. Are there some openings? The Shadow is almost damaged, but not yet fully taken out. The tanks are unsieged, means that these other Dragoons can kind of back up. The Reaver's gonna try to do one shot. That wasn't such a bad shot. He's gonna try to do another shot. The Shadow died. The tank, one tank exploded though. The other tank in the back is still surviving. At the last minute, it looks like Motive clears it out, but we still have one more tank. And this base is not allowed to mine for some time. These probes have been kind of idle for some time. I need to either go out and use it or go for something else. The only consolation prize for Motive is that in this battle is that he was able to bleed out the Terran forces, and tanks are very expensive to build. So that's it. But otherwise, he's losing a lot of probes. He's not able to mine from the second base. We are going to be having more attacks from the left side as well. And I guess these vultures not able to take in and go inside anymore, but at least things are going to be clearing out. And Speed is leading by about 10 supply now. Let's make sure we want to have complete control of this game. He's going to be having 6 factory follow-up, and the armor is already finished upgrading +1 weapon, so he's going to be going for +1 shield or +1 armor in the in the Terran terminologies. This last tank is going to fall. This base is finally going to get saved. He's going to try to clear the rest of the forces, so that was not so big of a damage there. But yeah, losing the Shadow, losing the Reaver, losing everything needs to get rebuilt. We have a new Shadow now and a new Reaver. That's going to be good. The Vulture's going to try to go for a run by, and oh my god, these probes once again are going to be losing a lot of stuff. This Vulture's got 2 kills already, and he's going to have to back out. Behind this, looks like third base going up. for Speed. So Speed is having a very, very nice lead, I would say, as a Terran player. At about 10 minutes mark of the game, he's got +1 weapons. He's ahead by about 10 supply. He's got a lot of factories flowing. He started his 3rd command center. He's going to be building a lot of turrets. And what can Motive do? What is he going to try to do here? He's going to be going up to Forge and Citadel Dune, and he's got Shadow with Speed, so at least that's one good thing for him. He needed to use that Shadow with Speed to the advantage that he wants to have here. We do have the 2nd Reaver coming out, so this is going to be time for revenge. I think for Motive is going to start to come out. He might take another base just to completely be sure here that his economy is going to try to get back on track. And actually, you need to build some cannons as well on these areas because the threat of drops is imminent, right? Around 11 minute mark of the game, Terran is likely to go for Starport, although we're not seeing Starport just yet, just an exploding amount of factories and supply depot. Anyways, where's the Shadow? Looks like the Motive is very, very, kind of calm and collected. He's gonna try to come out and clear some of the bases. We do have a Shadow looking for some kind of openings, but there are no openings. There's gonna be a turret. He's gonna land a single Reaver. It's outside of the reach of the tank, and the turret is gonna fall. Yeah, the turret dies. He picks up the Reaver going inside, and he's gonna try to land some shot here. You need to actually pick up one of the weak. That is a beautiful shot. I need to land the stronger Reaver once again. He's gonna land it in one of the other areas that is not yet covered with the tank under siege, and now this Reaver can actually land. The tank is gonna re-siege again, and it's gonna be a 2nd tank, and it's gonna be no more chances, I think, for Motive to actually avoid the situation. He's doing some damages, and he would take out. No, he's not able to take out the tank. The Shadow is gonna fly out, and that was nice delay tactics so that his new base can come up. Some cannons gonna have to get created, and do we have new tech coming up for the Protoss player? It's gonna be just Forge upgrade and Templar Archive and more gateways, but Terran is completely gearing up for the mid game. Look at how many freaking tank in very, very nice position, and this huge forces of Vultures coming out is gonna try to push this Dragoons back on the battlefield. Speed is taking a nice advantage. Look at him, he's ahead by about 15 to 20 supply now. These Reavers are able to do some damage. Can they get in here? There's some turrets. Excuse me, some pylon wall, which is going to be very, very nice. He comes in and he's able to actually see that there are no cannon. He's going to try to break these pylons, but I think the Shadow and the Reaver is going to fly there. At some point, one of the pylons is going to get destroyed here. You need to actually get in position to actually slow down. Where are the Shadow and Reavers? I don't see it anywhere on this map. Anyways, there's very, very nice wall to come in here and to kind of, have a nice coverage for these Vultures. And losing a lot of Vultures in the process is not good. He did not accomplish anything, and as you can see, supply-wise, Speed is no longer the lead after that battle is over. We're going to be seeing more scans taking place here by the Terran player. He wants to make sure that he can get out alive with his Vultures and do more damages. The cannon's going to get created here, and 4 base Protoss versus 3 base Terran is a very, very nice sight to watch. Do we have other things coming up in terms of tech for the Protoss player? No, it's going to be just a lot of high Templars. For the Terran player, what do we have? We're going to be having a 4th command center, so Speed is keeping up with the economy. He's currently on the same number of bases as Protoss, who's going to be nice. He's going to try to come out with another push. We have +1 weapons and +1 armor done. And let's take a look at what are the upgrades for the players coming up in the future. Protoss going to be +2 weapons, right? Because it's okay. No, just +1 weapons. Observer speed, Zelle lag, Templar, Psionic Storm energy, and for Terran is gonna be +2 armor. Yeah, he started +2 weapons. The 5th base coming up for Speed, for Motive now, very, very good. We are at the 30-minute mark of the game, and we're just having constant battles between these 2 players. Now is gonna be the time for the Protoss player Motive to actually deal the damaging blow with Shadow and High Templars and Psionic energy from the sky. We have some scan there was taken by Speed. He want to make sure where his enemies are located in terms of army movement. We do have good control map, and 5 bases for Protoss, 4 bases for Terran. These Vultures are looking for some kind of probe, but there are no probes, just some Dragoons, and this going to be having tanks sieging on this area. This might not be able to do that much damage though, because I think it's very, very close to the Protoss reinforcement line. It can easily come out here. Maybe one cannon will get sniped, and that's it. You need to pick up and go somewhere else, and indeed that's what Speed is going to do. He's going to back up here. He doesn't have enough forces to deal with the situation, so he's going to back up and allow his enemy to take this base. We are at the 40-minute mark of the game, and supply-wise, Speed is still ahead by about 10 supply. These guys are training hard for the upcoming ASL. Some Vultures going for a run by. The probes actually need to get involved and do some attack. Indeed, they're gonna try to go some attack and go for some body blocking, which is nice. And probes gonna get transferred towards the new base. I mean, these kind of positions really favor Terran. 4 Terran bases versus 5 Protoss bases is good for Terran, but do not count out the power of Psionic Storm. Psionic Storm is very powerful. We do have some Reavers blocking here, and they need to do some attack. Vultures surrounding from both sides, and the Reavers actually not find the shots. They're not really finding the shot, but now they're gonna be finding the shot when we have some scan once again. What is he scanning? He's gonna try to go in here, and we don't have a tank. He's going to need to kind of get out of there. The Shadow is gonna land a Reaver on the high ground. He's gonna snipe the Reaver right away. Wow. Just a single Reaver is it's no match for, like, I don't know, 10 or 12 Forges in a single time. Dragoon's gonna try to come out to this base and get saved for sure. The Reaver's gonna take a couple of shots. The Reaver is really damaged, so you need to be very, very careful. You need to actually land a Dragoon in here, or Zelle or something. He's gonna pick up a Dragoon. He's gonna land a Dragoon first, and then he's gonna land a Reaver to do some shot. He's gonna do some Mind Drag. That was a nice Mind Drag. He's gonna land a Reaver in the back here. The Reaver is almost damaged, so he's gonna try to hide it in the back. And I think looks like Speed is gonna be looking forward to that Reaver to snipe it. We're gonna be having a small battle on this side of the map, and I guess this base is safe for the time being. So we do have 6 base Protosses, 4 base Terran, and more forces coming from various sides of the game. If you think this game is nearly over, please still hold on, because this game has just barely begun. There's gonna be a lot of epicness coming. Very, very nice storm in the middle of the map. It looks like this battle is gonna be won by Speed. He's got overwhelming amount of tanks, but he's bleeded a lot of forces in the process, and very, very nice trades. I think overall for a Motive, he's gonna fall back now and wait for more reinforcement. This push is gonna try to take out this base, but can Speed do something about it? He's got a lot of forces gonna come in here from behind. He need to pick up his Zealot, and these Dragoons are gonna get melted here. As you can see, this natural barricade is so hard to fight with. Zealot's gonna walk across. We have a single Archon. He's gonna land a couple of High Templars. He does some good storms against the clumped up tanks here. Good storm, and very, very good use of energy efficient unit here, and the Archon is really, really helping out. We might have another storm. No, we don't. This Templar. Okay, we will have another storm. He's actually paying attention. He needs to pay attention and actually cast a storm. He will cast a storm on those tanks to really damage out. The battle was so intense and so crazy. After the battle is over, Speed is still ahead by about no, I guess he's not ahead in supply anymore. He's kind of on even supply. This time is going to be sieging here, but Zealot and Dragoons coming in to reinforce, and Speed, we need to back up. We have a single Zealot coming out to clear the minefield, which is good reinforcement coming from both sides. Actually, the Dragoons are so clumped up together. We need to have Storm now. He's gonna land something in the corner. He doesn't have anything in the corner. He's just kind of trying to fake. Okay, he does have an item, but not enough energy, or maybe he's not. I think that High Templar just came out of the gateway, so actually doesn't have enough energy. We're gonna be having a 5th base coming up now for Speed, and Speed is gonna take control of the situation. Motive is gonna be losing this base, but it looks like Speed's decided to go towards the right side. I don't really understand why, because that is gonna allow Motive to kind of just reinforce from the left side with more Zealot, with more High Templars. And during these kind of battles, I don't really like the army composition. I think for Motive, you need to actually build a lot of Zealot and High Templars and not many Dragoons. Dragoons are not so useful in this stage. Again, Reaver gets sniped right away. Where's the Protoss reinforcement? We have Terran coming up with a lot of bases, but there's no answer at all from Motive. And these tanks, of course, even though they're very, very naked, there's nothing to actually kill them up, and more reinforcement coming from the back. What is going to be the deciding factor? I don't see any kind of responses at all from Motive. He's going to be going for massive setup. Maybe he's not actually paying attention to the battle. This base is going to get fallen here. He's actually trying to pick up some forces, the remnants of his forces and the remnants of his units, and go somewhere else. He's going to force a cancellation on this base. That is fine. The base is going to cancel itself, but he looks like Speed is going to have another base to work with. So we are going to be having, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Protoss bases versus 5 Terran bases. The games are not favoring Motive at all. As you can see, Speed is going up in supply and leading by supply a lot. We do have some Reavers going for harassment, which is going to be nice here. The Reaver needs to do some good shot. As you can see, Motive's Reaver control is not as good as Meanies of Snow. He's targeting very slowly, and he's not picking up the Reaver up there. They finish attacking. He's going to try to do one more shot and go and hide in the corner, which is going to be very, very nice here. And that last shot is able to kill out one of the tank, which is going to be nice. But yeah, Speed is just going to be in cruising mode now with 5 bases. Protoss is going to go up to another base at the top left, which is going to be nice. But losing this base was just detrimental. Losing this base, it was so bad for Motive. He could actually prevent it if he's got reinforcement. Like I told you, he should not make any more Dragoons. No more Dragoons. Just make only, of course, we need to make a couple of Dragoons because otherwise then raids and all of these other things are going to become a problem. But, you just need to make enough Dragoons to kind of fake it. It means you're thinking that there are some Dragoons in the forces, but the bulk of your forces need to be Zealot and High Templar. We are at the 19-minute mark of the game. There's going to be more reinforcement, more attacks happening here. Speed is going to be maxing out in about a minute or so, but looks like Motive is planning a huge attack with triple Shadow attacking against this position. There's a lot of siege position here, and yeah, this area is going to become one of the point of contestants here. Looks like we're going to be having Shadow flying from the sky. One Shadow snipe right away, the second Shadow snipe, the third Shadow snipe, and not enough. What? That was a terrible engagement. We might have an EMP on that huge group of High Templars. That was a beautiful EMP to actually damage all of those High Templars, energy levels. That was terrible. We're gonna be having a new base coming up. A single cannon. It's not enough to stop this. We do have a Reaver to hang out and to destroy some of these vultures. That's gonna be very, very nice. But it's not gonna be enough. It's the Reaver needs to pick itself up, I guess. Yeah. And we're gonna be having some forces coming out here to save that base, as well as some vultures coming in for reinforcement. Speed is maxed out, guy. He's maxed out. He cannot make any more forces. He needs to actually waste forces, and he's gonna be building a lot of vultures. Vultures are cheap. They fly through every goddamn thing except just pylon walls can actually not do a kill. And it's gonna coming in. Mines are slowing down everything like crazy. This base is gonna get destroyed. No, there's gonna be just a lot of tanks here just to hold the area. We might have a supply depot or a command center or something like that. Yeah, Speed's gonna take on the command center. He's in the lead, so he just kind of need to hang out here and waste time. Let's take a look at the upgrades. Protoss got +2 weapons and +1 armor. Terran's got +3 weapons and +1 armor, I believe. Yeah, that's right. Looks like Speed is gonna pick up the rest of his forces and go to the center of the map. High Templar is gonna get sniped. Oh my god, so many High Templar. We need to morph into Archon because the energies are depleted. This huge push, I guess not really a huge push, but a small push in the center is gonna be very, very important here. What can Motive do? We're at the 21st minute of game, and Motive is, you know, in the losing side, on the losing side, but he's gonna try to fight as hard as possible. This base is finally gonna get saved. There's a lot of minefield, and Speed is, you know, splitting up the map nicely. He's controlling the entire right side. He's taking double command center. What can the Protoss player do? Can they switch to carriers or arbiters or something else? No, he doesn't have enough gas to do it, and he's gonna try to attack blindly in the middle of the map. We do have some storm. This is not a bad engagement here, but it's not gonna be enough. I mean, look at this huge wall of tanks. So scary. There's an Archon here with, you know, +3 weapons upgrade. That's gonna be very, very strong, but one EMP could spoil the day. As you can see that this Archon has been damaged already from before, so that's gonna be the result of the battle. Finally, we're gonna be having a couple of probes mining here. Speed takes the entire bottom right. He takes the entire bottom right, but we do have an attack here. This command center is gonna burn down, which is gonna be a small constellation prize for Motive. It's gonna try to push forward. Some Zealot walking through and clearing the minefield. Is it gonna be successful? We're gonna be having another EMP against the High Templar, but we do have that Science Vessel snipe, so that was a small victory there for Motive. We need to back up now. He's depleted all of his High Templar count. He does have a shuttle that has 3 High Templars remaining, but this battle is indecisive for the time being. SCV is gonna saturate these 2 bases, and Speed is controlling the entire right side. If the game is split up half-half, then it's gonna be Speed who wins because Terran always goes better. Yeah, this base doesn't have enough probes, and I think at this point now, Motive needs to actually transfer more probes towards those areas. He's got a lot of idle probes in other bases. Is oversaturated. We're gonna be having a small attack here, but this attack is futile. Look at how Protoss is pushed against the wall. I mean, they have no way to go. We're gonna be having another crazy battle here. This is gonna be the one that decides the outcome of the game. I think the High Templar is not able to cast any kind of storm at the last minute. Speed is gonna push this anywhere, and look at how small, how puny is the army from Motive here. At least he's able to actually clear this base up with some kind of attack. I'm not so sure what happened. Maybe a Zealot bombing. That might have been, you know, what happened here, but we're going to be having more turrets coming in. So I think at this point now, it's going to be very, very difficult. We do have a shuttle that's going to fly over with more High Templar. Yeah, just flying a speed shuttle in the sky is going to be the best way and the only way to fight now. We do have a scan taken by Speed to actually trying to see where his enemies armies are located. We do have a drop here. This drop is good. Where are the Zealot? You need to actually land Zealots and not High Templar. We have another huge engagement here though. This is where the bulk of Speed's army might be found. He's on a little bit on the left side. Beautiful Storm and morphing into Archon. The Science Vessels is able to do some energy, but Beautiful Storm against the clipped up tanks. This is poor, very, very poor trade for Speed. He's losing so many tanks to very, very few forces. What's happening inside of this base? Again, this base is finally gonna get cleared out. Which is going to be fine here. Looks like Speed is repelled once again. 60 supply difference between Speed and Motive, and Motive is steadily but, you know, surely going to be losing this game. I think he's got very, very few you know, presence at the top left of the screen, and those bases always look so fragile. We're going to be having more Storm. You need to drop a Zealot, need to drop a High Templar, and this is the perfect position for Protoss. You want to have the Terran player pushes against you like this so that you can actually just storm them to death. And trade very, very efficiently. We're going to be having more forces, and there's an oversaturation of probe here. These probes need to go away somewhere else, or maybe need to pick up the probe with a shuttle. He's trying to go home with those probes, and that's going to be just fine. Yeah, so yeah, Protoss got very, very few forces remaining. You can see supply difference, about 40 supply difference. We're going to be having more forces coming out, but it's going to be unlikely that Motive can actually come back. And this, he actually uses shuttle a lot better. He needs to actually make a lot of shuttle. Does he have double robo? Yeah, he does have double robo, which is going to be good. He's going to be flying his quintuple shuttle into this base here. There's a lot of turrets in the area as well as a lot of mines, so I don't think it's going to be you know, easy at all to actually find this base. It's gonna get destroyed here. We do have beautiful drop. Let's see what will happen. We're gonna be having some Zealot unloading other tanks in the area. There's just a couple of tanks, but very far away. There's gonna be one shadow that dies. But this base might get clear out. There's gonna be some storm here in the back. Very nice storm position, and Reavers as well, destroying every single turret. And looks like some vultures gonna scramble to get in position. These Reavers on the high ground. Remember that there's a small high ground here, so there's gonna be a lot of wasting of the vultures to actually get to that position. This is gonna be a nice attack that kind of bring Motive slightly back in the game. Now he needs to just use Speed Shadow a lot. Speed Shadow is gonna be the key to victory here. He needs to actually try to snipe that Command Center. If he actually can, he's gonna back up here. The Command Center will it die. The Reaver's gonna do some more shots in the back. Yeah, that Reaver is making a lot of uses, and this is down to attacking the Extractor. That's not good. He actually need to attack the Command Center. The Command Center gets saved, but at least that was able to even out the score a little bit. Now the supply difference is only about 10 or 20, and looks like more forces coming out, and these tanks are going to be attacked from both sides maybe on the high ground. High Templar need to cast a storm, and looks like he's not storming. High Templar is able to cast a single storm. That doesn't really hit anything. Those tanks are still alive, and it looks like at the last minute Motive is going to get pushed back. Fine, he's going to be having some probes at his left side of the map, but he needs to rebuild his probes. This is a typical problem that Protoss faces in a late game scenario, is that he just have oversaturation of probes in bases that don't matter, and an undersaturation of probes in bases that matter. That's going to be the problem here, but Speed is going to be coming out over, and once again, he is maxed out. He's looking for the kill. We can take out the entire top left, then he's going to be clear for the win. Looks like Speed is going to be coming over. There's no reinforcement whatsoever. There's very few forces remaining, but we do have a drop here. This is going to be a crazy drop, and this is going to be having a High Templar that's going to be able to cast a storm here. It's going to cast several storm against the SB, maybe some storm against the tank. So we're gonna be having a slight base rate here. This Nexus has been attacked from before, so it's gonna be falling. Zealot attacking SCVT and killing out a lot of forces, but there's gonna be more stuff going in. The High Templar actually can cast a storm against the SCV. Oh my god, go for that crazy storm! He needs to go for the storm now. He's paying attention, but he's not storming. What are you kidding? Storm! You're walking in here, but you're not storming. You need to storm now. He's not. The vulture's gonna snipe the Templar. There. Looks like the Templar gets destroyed, and that is really unfortunate for Motive. Actually, he's going to score nice wins there, but he's going to try to clear out this middle area, and insane battles happening everywhere, but there's just not enough Protoss forces to go around. They're forced to share, like on the battlefield between Ukraine and Russia. Ukrainian soldiers have been complaining that they actually have to share the mortars and the grenades and the missiles. They don't have missiles to go around between different battalions. So that's going to be the situation that Motive is actually facing. He doesn't have enough forces, and he's going to be about 50 supply in deficit here. He's reinforcing nicely with storming and shadow. I mean, like I said, the only way to win against a fully upgraded mech army is to go for flying things in the air. Fast shadow with Zealot and High Templar. Don't even make Dragoons. Dragoons are completely useless in these kind of battles. You need to actually use your hands to micro your units one by one, to fly things around, to take out enemy units and retreat, pick things up. And he's gonna fly over once again with more High Templars, and these tanks are gonna be coming in the center, trying to pick up some High Templars. Need to actually pick up the High Templar in the back. He's gonna be able to cast a single storm. That's kind of not bad. And reinforcement coming from the other side. He's gonna rebuild this base. I guess resaturate it, because that base, Motive is in the losing side now. He's got very few mining positions remaining. He's on technically 5 bases, but look at how puny his force is, and the number of probes he's got is very small amount of probes, and these vultures gonna try to run by to try to go for some kind of harassment. These vultures, they want a single probe, is gonna try to go to this side. Yeah, and that probe gets sniped as well. We do have some drop on this other side of the map. There are not enough tanks here, so there's gonna be a lot of damage is done by that shadow against the siege position. It's just Zealot, though. If you actually do a mine track with these mines, it's gonna be great. Zealot starts to come out to attack the tank. It's gonna be nice, but GG from Motive, and Speed takes this game. If you like this, guys, feel free to buy me a coffee. The link to that is gonna be in the video description, or you can just send me Zelle. This is my Zelle account. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.